Greetings, epic gamers, it's Tedious here, back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the best leak information that we have ever gotten in the entire history of Fortnite. Seriously, this stuff is amazing. If you're excited to hear all of it, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, because this is epic. Here's the message that was sent out the other day. Credit to the Fortnite Leaks subreddit, by the way. Okay, the message reads as follows. Hey everyone, for a while now the other mods and I have been talking to a leaker who has been directly leaking info to us. This leaker has been correct multiple times and to such detail that they couldn't just be guessing. I can personally say that I believe this person 100%. We've posted some of the info to the subreddit Discord, but I now have been given full permission to share everything we know from this leaker. Here it is. Ariana Grande will be coming soon and will have an in-game concert. This concert has already had a test launch done by staff at Epic Games. Members of the Justice League and the Suicide Squad will eventually be added to the game. We don't know which characters will be added, as some of them are still being cleared by legal reasons. Epic Games is also trying to get the rights for Naruto to include in the Season 8 Battle Pass of Chapter 2. Season 8 will also include an explosive kunai weapon if all of these rights go ahead. Some news on upcoming seasons and also Chapter 3. The cube will return at the end of Season 7 in the event, being controlled by an unknown Queen character that will play a massive part in the role of Chapter 3. Chapter 3 will redesign the map completely. I know, big shock. The location of the 7 will be revealed in Chapter 3, so we'll know where all the random meteors come from. Season 8 will also include a location called the Sideways that will be infested with monsters. This is very similar to Stranger Things. It is also leaked that these monsters, and even possibly mechs, again, will come to the island at some point. Probably not this season. And they might even be rideable as well. Okay guys, I don't know about you, but that information has gotten me so hyped up about next season, and even Chapter 3 as well. That far ahead has never been leaked before. This stuff is just absolutely amazing. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll be sure to respond to you. So, I understand that all of this information is really cool, but there's another thing that I'd like to touch upon. We have all of this stuff from data miners, and that's great, but what can we as a community do with it? There's really no theories or explanations to any of this yet at all, so I'm going to change that, starting off with my theory. Now, the fact is that this bunch of information that was released is the most important and meaningful bundle of leaks ever in the history of Fortnite's 4-year storyline. That is why, for this theory, I'm going to need to go back to the very start of Fortnite, or how the loop was created in my opinion. So, my theory on the creation of the loop has been the same for a while now. It was only just brought up again when a Save the World line was used for Fortnite Season 7's promotion. That's right, Save the World is relevant again. Can you believe it? I believe that the events of this game mode is what created Battle Royale. It all makes sense once it's explained, so sit back and enjoy my theory. In the first ever trailer for Fortnite Save the World, you see 4 guys who are blowing up a Burger building. They don't have a home, so they're using the restaurant's materials to construct a shelter. This is because they're hiding from something, the storm. The storm apparently came without warning, so how did they know about it previous? They were able to know about the storm in advance because they are the ones responsible for it. They caused it all. Now, this most likely makes people think that I'm an idiot. And to be fair, I thought that too, until there was some real logic put into this theory. One of the men is wearing a Viking helmet, and obviously only Vikings would own this, or someone who is related to a Viking. Vikings was something part of Viking clans, also known as Norse pirating groups. I know, I'm telling you that some random group of pirates from like Scandinavia or something are the reason that Fortnite Battle Royale exists, and it sounds really stupid, but Norse culture and Vikings, in particular, have been proven as canon in the Fortnite story. It's not just because of one hat on a guide, trust me. In Season 5 of Fortnite Chapter 1, a character called Ragnarok was introduced. This may seem like absolutely nothing, but just wait until you find out who Ragnarok actually is. If you type up, "Who is Ragnarok?" it says that it's not actually a person, but instead it's an event part of Norse mythology that believers of this certain culture call the battle at the end of the world. Why would someone be named after this event? Well, probably if they caused it. Ragnarok's description reads as follows: the harbinger of fate, which basically means whoever Ragnarok is caused the end of the world. Now this character was implemented in Season 5 of Chapter 1. That's way before the end event that brought us the black hole, so this can't be talking about the destruction of the Chapter 1 map, and definitely not Chapter 2's map either, as we're on that current island right now. It certainly hasn't been destroyed. So that only leaves 3 other options: Party Royale Island, Creative, and also Save the World. Since all of this story ties into Save the World and Ragnarok also involves the death of gods, which would be the Storm King, the Save the World is definitely where this end of the world thing took place. Okay, I understand that linking the Ragnarok event from Norse mythology and also Save the World is a bit of a stretch, but at least now we know that the Norse culture is strongly connected to Fortnite, and because we know of that, I can now explain the origin of the loop and how it will tie in with Season 8 of Chapter 2. Let's go. So the storm is obviously a big part of what keeps the loop running. If you escape being looped at the center of the storm at the right time, we know that you will be no longer looped and you can speak and also remember things. Nice. But that's not the point. The storm was started due to mythology testing that led to the Storm King's creation. All of the monsters combined themselves to defeat the player because we had kept killing off their troops. Pretty big brain, to be honest. Obviously, in Save the World, the player was just a simulator controlling the character Ramirez, so we could just keep respawning over and over again, just like a loop. It was just droids fighting off the monsters, no real people exactly, we were just a simulator inside of a body. But after all the monsters were sacrificed to create the Storm King, all of these droids just started fighting each other, as there was no monsters to battle. And that's how Battle Royale was made. Yep, just people fighting each other, and an instant loop that would instantly reset every time the storm hit the center. You getting me? You feeling it? I think this must be true. Okay, so now that we've went over the origins of the loop, and the fact that Fortnite strongly ties into the Norse culture, we should focus on everyone who has tampered with the 0 point, because it explains a whole lot about the 4 guys in the beginning of the Save the World franchise. Just listen up. The first person to ever mess with the 0 point and try to take over the island was the Ice King. Remember when he infiltrated us and the 0 point got turned into an ice ball and he trapped himself inside it? Well, yeah, that added the element of ice to the storm, as the storm repels off the 0 point, taking its energy. Make sense? Cool. Then the prisoner, or the Fire King, came and planted eggs in the Ice King's castle that eventually grew an outrageous monster. That monster smashed open the vault, and surely the Fire King's energy would have at least interacted with the 0 point at some moment. So now there's fire and ice in the storm. And obviously the fire would melt away the ice, so now there's just water and storm elements in the storm. This seems useless, but trust me, it's definitely not. The next person to mess with the orb was Midas. When he tried to get rid of the storm, he got rid of the purple element, but not the water, flooding the island. Does that all make sense now? Yeah, I thought it was a bit random how the storm just turned to water as well. But we've figured it out. So because of the Ice King, the Fire King, the Storm King, and Midas, all 4 of the gods messing with the 0 point, I believe that the first ever people, the 4 guys in the trailer of Fortnite, are Midas, the Ice King, the Fire King, and well, the Storm King. Listen to me on how this all makes sense and ties in with the leaks that we just got a little bit ago. It'll all make sense in a sec, don't you worry. So throughout this whole season, there has been dialogue between Marigold, Midas, and Jules that tells us about the Golden Cursed family and their big plan for the end of season. Keep in mind that these leaks mentioned a live event that involved a queen entity and the cube. Now, if Midas was from the same world as the other gods, such as the Fire King, the Ice King, and the Storm King, as they were the 4 guys in the start of the trailer, or at least I believe that, he could use his own DNA to get back to them, like several characters did in the Batman Fortnite 0 Point comics, which by the way, are not over. There's another part of them called Batman One Shot releasing in late October, so hold on tight. Anyways, back to the main theory. Midas could visit these gods whenever he wanted, and one of those gods has the power of the storm. Well, the god himself died, but when the Storm King died, the cube was there. What if Midas travels back to the home realm of the gods and gets a possible Storm Queen to help him destroy the entire loop? It would make so much sense. An apparent queen entity will be in the event controlling the cube, and also this would go along with the Midas planned storyline. This has to be it. In Season 8, there will also apparently be monsters in some sideways area, which sounds weird, but this Storm Queen could bring them along. I think it's a very solid theory, so yeah, that's about it. Let me know what you think of this theory in the comments. I'd love to hear any further ideas that you may have. I mean, who knows, in a month's time, all of this could be proven correct or completely wrong. I'm so freaking hyped up. You're watching Tedious X, and I am out.